Good evening and welcome to the Board of Education meeting for North Ridgeville City Schools on March 27th, 2023. If you please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Grigsby? Here. Mr. McCarthy?
Here.
Mrs. Saxon?
Here.
Mrs. Tamira?
Here.
Mr. Vaca?
Finalization of the agenda. Is there anything to add and or delete? The agenda is final as presented. Thank you. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the written summary of the regular and organizational minutes for the meetings on February 7th, 2023 and February 21st, 2023. Moved.
Second.
By Mrs. Saxon, seconded by Mr. Grigsby. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Saxon?
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby? Yes. Mrs. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mrs. Tamira?
Yes.
Mr. Vaca?
All right. We'd like to go into our superintendent's report. I will turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Smith. Tonight we have a very special announcement and something that we are very proud to share with the community. And with that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jake Altman, who is with the Auditor of State. Mr. Altman.
Hi there. I'm honored to be here tonight on behalf of Auditor of State Keith Neighbor to present the North Ridgeville City School District with the Auditor of State Award. This award puts the district into the top tier of districts across the state when it comes to financial reporting. It varies from year to year, but it's less than 10% of almost 6,000 entities that we audit across the state to receive this award. So it's really top level stuff, and it speaks to everybody at the district, from the board, administration, teachers, parents, volunteers, folks coming to meetings to hold you accountable. Everybody pulls together for this, and it also speaks to the leadership and the professionalism of Mr. Cassini and his team at the finance department. So on behalf of the auditor, congratulations.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say a few words. Really honored. This was definitely not easy at all. But this is the goal. This is what we strive for. And it will continue to be my expectation for North Ridgeville. I want to emphasize that it was very much a team effort. And I want to thank my staff, Yanni Talekos, I know he's in the audience, Julie Coughlin, Stephanie Giacovetti, and Debbie Straight. I'd also like to thank Superintendent Casario and the cabinet team for all their efforts and support. And finally, the Board of Education for allowing me the opportunity to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We want to congratulate Mr. Cassini and your team and everyone for all your hard work and dedication to our district continually. Thank you.
Okay, well, we are certainly proud of all of the work that we do, and nothing makes us more proud than the work of our students. And we have lots of students to recognize this month. Parents, there will be a photo after our staff of the month are also recognized. We'll take a quick photo with everybody. If you could hang out, and then we'll get you out of here. But we'd like to begin tonight's awards with Early Childhood Learning Community and Mrs. Vance.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have the pleasure tonight of introducing our Students of the Month. I'm going to start with our Kindergarten Student of the Month, which is Eleanor Kronjak. The Eleanor back there. Yep. But I like the goals. All right, so we have Eleanor here, and Eleanor is in Miss Misery's classroom. And Miss Misery said that Ellie is an absolute pleasure to have in class. She is a great role model for the rest of her peers, and she is always putting forth her best effort and always helping whenever she's needed. She always listens and is ready to learn and is the true definition of Ranger Strong. We are so proud of Ellie. Congratulations. And I don't see our next student here tonight, which is Christian Barbarick. But I can go ahead and read what Miss Panier said. He is in her preschool classroom. And Miss Kathy Panier said that Kristen was chosen as Student of the Month as he is eager to learn and always ready to participate in class activities. Christian is very responsible and consistently puts forth his best effort to succeed at his class task. We appreciate his positive attitude as he comes in with a big smile each day, and he is kind to all his peers and always willing to help others. We are so proud of Christian, and it is a pleasure to recognize him as our Student of the Month. And next, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Epiteki from Liberty.
Good evening. I would like to start by welcoming up Tiago. He is our first grade student of the month. Tiago is in Miss Major and Miss Bagel's class, and they are both here this evening to celebrate him. His teachers nominated him because Tiago is a wonderful student to have in class. He always comes in with a smile on his face, and he loves helping his friends and his teachers. He has been working so hard this year on being Ranger Strong. We are so proud of him. Great work, Tiago. Next, I would like to welcome up our second grade student of the month, Autumn Sprockman. Autumn is in Miss Stipa and Miss Hughes' second grade class, and Miss Stipa is also here this evening to celebrate Autumn. Autumn has proven to be Ranger Strong all year. She genuinely cares about the members of her classroom, and she goes above and beyond to make friends with everyone. Autumn looks out for students in her classroom, and many students benefit from her guidance to help them be successful. She is ready to learn every day, and she always has a positive approach to everything in her path. Her smile and optimistic nature can brighten everyone's day. Way to go, Autumn. We are very proud of you. Welcome up Melissa Durkin to recognize the students from RHTA.
Thank you for being here tonight. A little bit of a maze getting up here. I love seeing all the people here. That is great. I'd like to recognize Kayla Kuzmarsik as our first Learner of the Month. Kayla is actually joining us on Zoom tonight, and she was nominated by her teacher, Coach Thacker, and this is what Coach Thacker said. All year, Kayla has displayed ownership of her learning. Kayla always does her best to complete her work, and she asks questions when she's unsure of something. Each day, she continues to grow and work hard in the classroom. She focuses on what needs to be completed in order to be successful. Kayla is always prepared and organized. Keep up the great work, Kayla. Our second Learner of the Month is actually also on Zoom tonight. It's Austin Novak, and Austin was nominated this month by two of his coaches at RHTA, which is always nice to see. So first, he was nominated by Coach DeFranco, and Coach DeFranco said, Austin shows Ranger Strong in many ways. But this month, he completed a group project that really allowed him to shine as a team player. He worked well to overcome challenges within his build and his group. He was a positive and consistent leader. He is a pleasure to have in art and a great example for the 7th grade learners in class. And then he was also recognized by Coach DeCiccio, and this is what Coach DeCiccio had to say. Austin has done an amazing job this year with setting academic goals. In math and science, Austin is not afraid to ask questions and dive deeper into the content. It is refreshing to see the work ethic that Austin is putting into his schoolwork. The intrinsic motivation to learn more, do more, and exceed expectations has allowed Austin to be a role model for other learners around him. Keep up the great work, Austin, and thanks for being Ranger Strong. Now, I also have 2 learners of the month to recognize from February. First, I would like to call Easton up here, Easton Mihalik. Thank you for being here. Not broken? It's broken. That happened today. So Easton was nominated by his teacher, Coach Megan Wood. And this is what Coach Wood has to say about Easton. Easton has done a tremendous job of taking ownership of his learning. Easton is improving on meeting deadlines and using work time during class. Working in groups is also a way that Easton is able to take ownership. He keeps his group on track and contributes to topic discussions that is advancing his team forward towards their own goal in a productive and successful way. Awesome job, Easton. Good job. For you. Congratulations. And then I'd like to call Naya up, Naya Bradley. Thank you for being here today, Naya. Naya was nominated by Coach Jinta, and this is what Coach Jinta has to say about Naya. Naya has shown great ownership skills as she takes charge of her learning. Naya understands and follows classroom expectations. She collaborates with other learners and understands whatever concept we are learning. Keep up the great work, Naya. And now I would like to welcome up Mrs. Bianca to recognize the high school learners.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Katie Bianca, and I'm filling in for Mr. Mueller. And thanks to Mr. Mueller, I have been to more board meetings this year than I have been my entire career of North Ridgeville City Schools. Just saying. Welcome to greetings from the high school. Our first senior is Peyton. Peyton was nominated by the North Ridgeville High School staff and administration as March Student of the Month. Nice picture there. Oh, Peyton is a senior at NRHS and is an excellent example of Ranger Strong. Peyton is on the varsity basketball team, varsity track and field team. Peyton's teachers have said that Peyton is a joy to have in class. She's extremely intelligent, humorous, and personable. Not only is she one of my best students, but she is a standout athlete playing multiple sports, including basketball and track. Peyton is a true definition of a student athlete. Peyton is part of many clubs, including Spanish, Key Club, Student Council, Prom Committee, National Honor Society, Varsity Art, Champions for Life. And I don't know what's wrong with her, but her favorite classes are physics, AP Computer Principles, and AP Calculus. She hopes to attend Ohio State University after college. She's not sure what path she'd like to take, but knows it will involve math. In her free time, Peyton likes to hang out with her friends, getting food, thrifting, going to Target. Her spirit animal is a shrimp. She right there, it says that. Peyton is truly an incredible student and a human being, and we are lucky to have her a student at North Ridgeville High School. And second in alphabetical order is Lily. Hello. Lily was nominated by the staff and administration of North Ridgeville High School as Student of the Month for March. She's a senior and is an outstanding athlete as someone who embodies being Ranger strong. This is why she was nominated by staff. Lily is one of the most kind and thoughtful students they have ever met. She always puts others before herself and is thoughtful to other students. She works hard to achieve her goals. She is a ray of sunshine at NRHS. She is involved in prom committee, key club, and student council. Her favorite class is English. Next year, Lily will be attending Kent State. After college, she's going to pursue a career in fashion merchandising. In her free time, you can find Lily reading. Her spirit animal is a zebra. We are so happy to have Lily as a student and cannot wait to see what achieves in the future, and she will definitely be missed next year. Thank you. Michael King from the middle school, NRAP. I hate public speaking.
Joe, come back, please. Oh, right. So again, like some of the other schools, we do have 2 months worth, so apologize, but we have some great folks that we want to recognize. And for everybody in the audience, it kind of seems like I'm going to go through a lot of names here, but when you think of just how big the academic center is, we're about half the district and we're right up against that 2,000 student mark. So 4 students a month, these guys are like rock stars. So we want to make sure that we bring them in and share out all the great things about them. First up, Lily Zett. I wasn't sure that I saw Lily. Online, all right. All right, Lily, lots of great things. She was nominated by the 4th grade Green Studio. Lily is our 4th grade Green Studio Student of the Month for 2 Ranger Strong qualities, which are respect and teamwork. Lily comes to work to school with a smile on her face and kindness in her heart. She offers to help others by showing them how to make good choices, and she is always willing to work with anyone in the studio for whatever help they might need. As you can see, Lily is well liked and respected by her peers because she chooses to treat others with respect, care, and kindness. From a personal standpoint, almost every single day, Lily helps out the cafeteria with whatever is needed. If someone needs something or something needs cleaned up or they need a line leader, it is constant. Lily is always ready to pitch in. Congratulations, Lily, and we are very proud of you. Next up, we have Emily Steele. Possibly online, we hope. Emmeline was nominated by 6th Green. She embodies the Ranger Strong characteristics. She is a conscientious young woman and focused learner in the 6th Green studio. She is always willing to lend a helping hand with her teachers and classmates. She shows ownership for her actions and always strives to reach her personal goals and continues to build on them after they are achieved. Keep up the good work, Emily. And Emily Holcomb. Emily? Ah, yes. All right. Emily was nominated by our 8 Orange Studio. Emily is an outstanding student in all of her classes. All of them, really. Well, on the Columbus trip, there was 2 adults, 70 students on a bus. And in the storm of 8th grade middle school students and just 2 adults, she was the calm of the bus. So thank you for that. Meanwhile, back to this. She's an outstanding student in all of her classes. We know we can count on her to be respectful to all, participate in her classes, and to work diligently. Emily is mature beyond her grade level and is the model student for all. She exemplifies all of the Ranger Strong attributes. Wow, good for you. And will be highly successful in her future endeavors and will be missed as she goes on to the high school. Congratulations, Emily. And last for March, but we do have some more to talk about from February. So last for March is Joey Hicks. Come on up, Joey. Okay, and every month we have 3 teachers and then another group that helps us out to fulfill our PBIS goals. And Joey was selected by our para group. So here is what his nomination says. Joey has a love for life and big smiles. He is always ready to tell his teachers about the newest video games or Chromebook games and is sure to highly suggest that we play the games ourselves in our free time, of course. Also, he is willing to make his teachers giggle and laugh, and sometimes it's just with that smile. An example of this is when he would tell our jokes or inform us on what happens in his afternoon special, like how he had just worked out in his gym class and that he could feel his muscles growing right at that very moment. Joey shows his best smile when working with our studio paraprofessional, Ms. Bugala, as they work together on assignments. He is quick to volunteer to be the teacher and takes those responsibilities very seriously. We are so very happy to have Joey as a part of our Sixth Orange Studio family and are very proud of the improvements he continues to make with his learning. He has been an exceptionally hard worker this trimester and has shown huge growth in taking ownership of his pride and work and his accomplishments. Way to go, Joey. And so far, you have the best shirt of work. It's pretty cool. All right. Okay, so now we're going to head back to February. We've got a few more folks to talk about. I know I saw Max. Okay, Max was nominated by 3 Orange. All right, Maxwell has earned Student of the Month for goals. He has been striving to meet his goals in the classroom and has done a tremendous job doing so. The growth that he has demonstrated is amazing. He has learned to persevere whenever he runs into a problem and not let it dictate his day. We are very proud of all that Maxwell has accomplished, and we hope he continues that in the future. And again, I have gotten to know Max a bit over the last few months, and just the growth he has in being able to talk with us, talk with adults, and share his stories with us has been outstanding. Appreciate it. All right, from 5 Purple, Tariq Khan. Okay, so from 5 Purple, Tariq Khan. Tariq's a new student to North Ridgeville. Tariq has adjusted seamlessly. He continuously models all of the Ranger Strong characteristics. He greets everyone with a smile and is very patient and friendly. He is flexible and works hard in school and is eager to participate in class discussions. He jumps in whenever a classmate or teacher is in need of assistance. Tariq knows what it means to be part of a team, and we are so proud of the progress he has made on ours. Tariq's team of teachers look forward to hearing about all the positive contributions he will make as he continues to grow and learn. Congratulations. Next up, we have, all right, Naja Malik. How are you? Doing all right. All right, so Naja was nominated by 7 Purple. She is an amazing asset to the 7 Purple studio. She is kind and caring to all students and brings a positive attitude every single day. She is a conscientious student who completes her work with pride and 100% effort. She works well independently as well as in groups. She is one of our finalists in the Amazing Shape, which is awesome because that is not easy, and you rock it. She is also a leader in our studio. We are so proud to have her in 7 Purple and cannot wait to see what she is able to accomplish in the 8th grade. Last but not least, I know Gus is here. I should have worn the same tie. I have the same tie. Should have worked on that. Okay, so again, we also have that one special nomination. So this nomination comes from Officer Trampush, which is pretty cool. You know, Officer Trampush, he gets to pick from any of the 2,000, right? So he selected you. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Officer Trampush, pretty cool guy. Don't tell him. You can erase that part. All right. So this is from Officer Trampush. I can say many great things about Gus. He helps out in Six Teal during study hall. He helps with his teachers anytime he can. He helps in the cafeteria whenever he is asked. He always greets me with a, "Hey, how you doing?" or how are you today? He's always willing to help out in the office with any special occasion. He is a leader in his friend group who is kind to all he meets. I also spoke with his basketball coach, who had nothing but praise for Gus, who is always helping his team to be better. In talking with his studio teachers, they said that he was a solid choice, could not think of anyone better, and he is a great young man who has excellent grades and is always respectful. Gus is respectful, helpful, and courteous young man who exemplifies the Ranger Strong motto.
Thank you, Mr. Fink. And that was quite a group of students that we, again, are so fortunate to have in North Ridgeville and truly set the example for our student body on how to be Ranger Strong. Congratulations again, students and families. If you wouldn't mind, we have a couple more recognitions, and then we'll take a quick photo in the hallway. I'd like to turn it over to Mrs. Annie Hostetler, who is our Director of Human Resources, who would like to announce our staff members of the month. Yeah.
Well, thank you. On behalf of the Board of Education, it's my pleasure to congratulate 3 staff members this month for their selection as the NRCS March Staff Members of the Month. Each month, the Board of Education recognizes staff members who have shown extreme care, demonstrated excellence, and/or provided exemplary professionalism. These nominations can come from students, parents, colleagues, or administration. First one tonight is Mr. Ben Chase. Mr. Chase was hired as a physical education health teacher in 2018 and is currently teaching health and PE at Ranger High Tech Academy. Before coming to the North Ridgeville City Schools, Mr. Chase taught a year at Clearview Local Schools. Mr. Chase is a graduate of Baldwin-Wallace University, where he served as the president of the Health and PE Club and also as the president of the Informed Student Educators Group. Since his employment with NRCS, Mr. Chase has also coached men's basketball and is currently the head varsity coach. Ben was nominated by one of his colleagues at RHGA, who had this to share. Coach Chase has taken a leadership role in helping our learners make healthy choices. He helps to address problems by teaching healthy choices. He had the learners take a leadership role in making a campaign to educate the learners in our building. Coach Chase is always willing to help and is one of the most positive educators with whom I have ever worked. He makes learning fun. When you see learners in Coach Chase's class, you see smiles and 100% engagement. Coach Chase also is a leader in our district. He is the varsity basketball coach and he teaches his players much more than basketball. He helped organize a unified sports basketball game, and he is teaching his varsity team to be leaders by setting a wonderful example. He invests in the life of his players and his learners and our entire community. He exemplifies being Ranger Strong. In addition to all of his success in the classroom, the varsity basketball team just finished with a sectional championship and also recorded the most wins of one of our varsity basketball teams since the 2008-2009 season. Congratulations, Ben, and thank you for all of you.
Congratulations.
This month, we would also like to recognize 2 of our mechanics, John Lewinsky and Keith Chandler, if they would join me up here, please. This month gave us a unique opportunity to recognize a group that is not nearly recognized enough, Mr. John Lewinsky and Mr. Keith Chandler. Both serve the district as bus mechanics. Keith earned his commercial trucking technician from the Lorain County JVS and was hired as a mechanic in our transportation department in 2014. John was first hired as a bus driver for the district before becoming a mechanic in 2017. John owned his own trucking business and served as a maintenance technician before joining the NRCS district. Both of these men display an exceptional work ethic and unwavering commitment to their job at NRCS. Unfortunately, not many in the district fully comprehend the daily challenges that mechanics encounter. Despite harsh weather conditions, such as the blistering 90-degree summer days, they can be found under buses and rain suits, meticulously undercoating and maintaining them. Likewise, during the winter, they brave the elements, tackling any arising issues while working outside in the cold, beneath frozen buses drenched in snow, and in bays that are too small for today's bus fleet. With approximately 90 vehicles to maintain, their contribution towards ensuring a 100% pass rate with the Highway Patrol is praiseworthy. Achieving a 100% pass rate with the Highway Patrol is a remarkable feat, especially when one considers the number of inspections that our large district undergoes each year. It is noteworthy to mention that their attendance is exemplary, and they are always present to serve the NRCS community. Congratulations, John and Keith, and thank you for your service to your district and all of the work that you do to keep our kids safe on the buses. As always, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank all of our parents and our staff members and our students who take the time to nominate staff members of the month. And I encourage you to continue to do so, as your kind words are so important. I think it's also noteworthy of how many of their colleagues are here in the transportation department to see them with that as well. And so congratulations to all, Mr. Chase, Mr. Lipinski, and Mr. Chandler, for being positive models for our community.
Thank you, Mrs. Hostetler. Again, congratulations to all of our March and some February award winners. Again, we are so very proud of all of the work that you do, and could not be more thankful for our staff and what you do for our students, and for our students setting examples for others to truly be Ranger Strong.
So proud of this. That's great. Any announcements tonight from the board?
Yes, Madam Vice President, if I may.
Yes.
I would just like to remind our community that on May 2nd is Election Day, and North Ridgeville City Schools has an issue on the ballot. If you are not registered to vote, I heard some new families in the district. Just want to let you know that that registration deadline is coming up quickly, and it's April 3rd. Just to share that information with everyone.
So much.
Of course.
Appreciate that. Yep. Anything else? Okay, we're gonna take a break so we can get some pictures of our students of the month and also the faculty of the month. We'll meet in the hallway out here for a picture. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
There we go. Great. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda resolution as presented.
Moved. Second.
Moved by Mrs. McCarthy, seconded by Mrs. Saxon. Any discussion?
Madam Vice President,
Yes.
I would just like to remind you to do a hearing of public after we vote on this.
Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate that. Turn the page too soon. There's my pitch. All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby. Yes. Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
and Mr. Bach.
Now we will have hearing of the public. If there's anyone who wants to speak tonight? Seeing none, we'll move on. Mrs. McCarthy, treasurer's report.
Thank you. I will yield to Mr. Cassini for an informative report.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. McCarthy, Mrs. Tamira. Just a brief report tonight. With the close of February, that puts us at about 67% through the fiscal year. And our actual expenses fiscal year to date are within 66% of our forecasted projections. So we're trending very much in line with our forecast at this time. We've been able to generate a little over $250,000 in interest earnings from our investments, which is more than the total of each of the last couple of years, and we're not even through the fiscal year yet. For the month of February, we received our two real estate advances. for the month. And overall, for the month, revenue appears to be down when compared to the same month last year, but I'm confident that's just the timing of collections based on the recent settlement that we received this month in March. Expenses are higher over the same time last year by $833,000. We are seeing that in our fringe benefits, but not our salaries, which you would never typically see that, one going up and not the other, but that is because we are continuing to spend down those remaining ESSER funds that's hitting that salaries line item. We're also seeing some of that increase in our purchase services line item. I know a lot of our service related costs have gone up pretty much across the board in comparison with the year prior. It is budgeting season, so I've been holding various department meetings across the district. From those meetings, I take that information and formulate what a preliminary budget might look like for next year. Also, I think we'll definitely have a better idea from a long-term planning perspective than 5-year forecast once we know the results of the bond issue levy in May. It's also budgeting season at the state level. The governor did announce his plans for the continued phase-in of the Fair School Funding Plan. Included in that is maintaining the funding guarantees. Those guarantees would definitely need to be maintained in order to hold harmless districts. The formula for schools has resulted in a significant number of districts being on the guarantee. 261 districts right now where their current formula results are less than what the district had received per pupil in fiscal year 21. So when your formula does not generate more than your fiscal year 21 revenue, the district is considered to be a guaranteed district. So at 100% phase-in of the Fair School Funding Plan, there will be some districts that would gain 150% over what they had received in fiscal year 21. And some districts would actually lose funding, with the greatest loss at approximately 85% less than what they received in fiscal year 21. Just to give you an idea of the disparity there that still exists with this formula. At 100% phase-in, North Ridgeville's funding would be 37% less than its fiscal year 21 state funding level. And that would be if those guarantees ever went away. So it's pretty scary to think about. I don't anticipate it. But the point is, the more that this formula gets phased in, it pushes us further and further. We're more reliant on this guarantee. Every single year it goes up. And I will talk more about that during my May update to the 5-year forecast, provide some graphical illustrations. But I just wanted to briefly revisit that topic since, the state budget process is underway, and that's one of the key influences that I've been keeping an eye on for North Ridgeville. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Mrs. McCarthy?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Christini, for that report. Board, we have a resolution to approve the financial statements and reports for the month of February 2023, and I move to approve this financial item in one reading.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. McCarthy, seconded by Mrs. Saxon. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby,
Yes.
Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
Before we move into other board business, I would like to take a minute and introduce Shane Sullivan and welcome him to North Ridgeville. We'd love to learn a little bit more about you.
Well, it's an honor to be here today. I wish there were more people here. I said to my wife, I was really excited to meet Gus because we have the same time. Well, again, it's an honor to be here with you today. My wife and I are community members, and we have a lot of pride in this community. We love living in North Ridgeville. We love the school district, and I'm overjoyed to be part of the family. Just very much looking forward to continuing that pride here as it is.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. Welcome to the district.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. All right, we'll move on to our human resources report. Marcy, Mrs. Saxon.
Yes, we have a few items to consider under the Human Resources Report. 4 certified staff resignations, 6 support staff resignations, 1 supplemental contract resignation, 1 administrative contract, 2 support staff appointments, 1 certified staff adjustment, 1 supplemental contract adjustment, 6 certified staff leaves of absence. I move to approve the human resources items in 1 reading.
Second. Saxon, seconded by Mrs. McCarthy. Any discussion?
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby. Yes. Mrs. Tamira,
Yes.
Mr. Vaca.
And that takes us to the end of our meeting. It is recommended that the Board of Education adjourn this regular meeting.
Moved. Second.
Moved by Mrs. McCarthy, seconded by Mrs. Saxon. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. McCarthy,
Yes.
Mrs. Saxon,
Yes.
Mr. Grigsby. Yes. Mrs. Tamira,
Yes,
Mr. Vaca.
we are adjourning at 6:53.
Thank you.